Noise and speculation in the news. On Hard Fact, we cut through the clutter and get straight to the truth.
If only Fubra has been aware of the boo-boo trap, he would have understood in democracy there are bases for everybody to do accordingly.
Join us as we bring you the stories that matter. We go beyond the headlines to uncover the real facts and the core of every story.
We are doing this, we are doing that. At the end of the day, nothing good will come out. What did they promise us? They will be in charge of security and life and whatever. But what are we getting in return?
With in-depth analysis and experts' interviews, Hard Facts delivers the truth that others dare not to reveal. Tune into Hard Facts every weekday, 3 to 6 p.m. and arm yourself with the knowledge you need to navigate today's complex world. Hard Facts, where the truth always prevails.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's talk.
In a world where misinformation runs rampant, one show stands apart from the rest. Get ready to embrace the truth as we bring you the most hard-hitting stories and unveil the real facts. Welcome to Hard Facts.
I am Mary Ann O'Connor, and this is Hard Facts, where we separate truth from fiction. We're passionate about the hard-hitting stories that matter. Get ready to challenge your perception and discover the real world. Let's dive deep into the issues that affect our communities, revealing the untold stories and giving you a voice. No sensationalism, no bias, just raw, unadulterated truth. I am committed to delivering news without compromise. Hard facts as we know them, when we know them, and how they affect you. Every Monday through to Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. This will be your most authentic news experience starting now on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. It is and always will be indeed your most authentic news experience. Lagos, how are you doing? It's a very cloudy day if you ask me. And for those of you who sleep like very lightly like I do, I'm a light sleeper, so anything that happens I can actually feel it. When it started raining last night I could hear it, and yeah, it was a good night's rain, and I think it's affected the weather today, even though it's still a bit warm outside, but it's still very cool. I love it. I'm one of those who also love rainy seasons. I know in Lagos we hate the rains because, you know, we fill the gutters with plastic and styrofoams, and then when the rains come, it starts, you know, flooding everywhere. And then we say, please, government should come to our rescue. But I love the rains. I love it when it rains. I love it. I love rainy season. I can't wait for it to come because this heat, plus the fact that we have power companies that are telling us to, you know, join the band A if we want light. Even band A, they don't have light. And then the grid keeps collapsing and coming back to life, collapsing and coming back to life. We need the rains. Welcome to the show. This is Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. We're broadcasting live from our audio-visual studios right here in Timian Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. I am Mary Ann O'Connor. Are you ready for some good news? And of course, some news that's not really good. Well, if you are ready, welcome to the Big Three on Hard Facts 99.3 Nigeria Info.
This is the Big Three.
The Big Three on Hard Facts
on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Millions of listeners trust us on Hard Facts. Whether it's politics, social issues, controversies, and trending stories, you know we're credible and objective.
It's Hard Facts with Marian Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
From now until 6 p.m., we're going to be having very interesting, very informative, and very educational conversations. As usual, we start off with the big three stories for today. Stories that are trending on social media, making you talk. The stories that are gracing, the pages of our national dailies, and of course, stories that are making bulletins on our different stations. These are stories that we have toned down into three, and we're letting you talk about them on the big three. And on the 4 o'clock hour is Community U Reports. You know how we do it. But on the other side of Community U Reports, we will be talking about mediation. For those of you who don't really know how mediation works, we're going to be talking about it, and it might educate a few of us who need mediation in whatever issues that we're facing, business wise, in our families, maybe in a divorce or in a settlement of sorts. So we're going to be talking about mediation. And then, of course, on the 5 o'clock hour, I cannot wait. Wike versus Fubara. And of course, still the PDP on the front burner here. It looks like there's a split in the House. I'm going to be having representatives of the People's Democratic Party from both sides of the divide. It is going to be an interesting conversation. You do not want to miss it. So let's go into the big stories for today. Let's start with Lagos. And this is something we've talked about before, but then it continues to persist. So we need to keep talking about it. On the page of the Vanguard newspaper, illegal traffic enforcement. Miscreants take over Lagos roads. Apparently, according to the Vanguard newspaper, among the growing concerns for motorists in Lagos State at the moment, there are illegal activities of some unruly miscreants operating under the guise of local government officials. Their major hunt are on the highways where they lay wait, to impound or tow away vehicles of their victims to whatever, location and for whatever unimaginable or unconceivable offense. Oftentimes, these victims of these miscreants, I beg your pardon, are private car owners. So it's not the buses and, it's private car owners. The state government, through the Ministry of Transportation, had repeatedly announced a ban on the activities of these uniformed or ununiformed officials claiming to work for the local government, because they keep saying they work for the Ministry of Transport, MOT. Yes, that's what they say. I hear that that's what they say. They have continuously said that these people do not work with us, but these people use the opportunity to extort money from innocent motorists over flimsy or spurious violations of traffic laws. With no one to call them to order, they have been. They've recently expanded their illegal movement, in fact, by posting themselves at bus stops and along highways, imposing various levies on private vehicle drivers with impunity. Now, these suspects, for those of you who do not know, often patrol with a rickety towing van while on the lookout for perceived erring drivers to stop and tow away vehicles after obviously establishing a case of contravention of traffic laws. It's really painful that we have a government in Lagos State and these things are happening. Why is it so difficult for the Lagos State government to control these thugs and miscreants on our road? I really want to, I'm trying to wrap my head around it. Why is it taking so long to deal with this issue? Because it could turn into something else. Someone could get hurt. So you just keep saying, we're telling you people to stop, to desist. Enforce it, Lagos State government. Enforce it. Anyway, let's move away from that. Let's go to your state. Apparently, for those of you who heard yesterday, a group of people under the auspices of Yoruba Nation stormed your state secretariat. Now we know that about 21 of them have been arrested, and they were paraded by the police yesterday. They say that they're Odua Nation, agitators. Apparently, the police has paraded them. I can see in the photo, all kinds of things. The gunmen were said to be dressed in military camouflage, and they were subdued by security personnel. The security personnel were able to arrest some of the gunmen, while others took to the hills and were pursued into nearby bushes. The sources say the gunmen were heading to Oyo State House of Assembly premises located within the secretariat, where they were repelled. They were also said to have removed the Nigerian national flag at the secretariat and replaced it with an Odua national flag before the intervention of security personnel. I'm trying not to paint any picture that's going to scare you. What do you make of this whole story? What do you make of it? What do you make of it? Do you think that Sunday Igboho is behind it, or just a few guys who are trying to claim some sort of relevance? Because, maybe everyone has seen that, kidnappers have the temerity to kidnap people at will and then ask for some sort, ransom. And then, of course, someone like a Sheikh Gumi is coming out to say, well, if you gave amnesty to the Niger militants, why can't we give amnesty, to these so-called bandits? And so maybe the agitators in Yoruba Nation, Odua Nation, are saying, oh, well, we can't be left out of the party. It's the government's body language suggests that they will be ready to, maybe settle instead of dealing or dropping the hammer, the sledgehammer on all of these, insecurities? Could it be that maybe the government's body language has set the tone for this attacks? I mean, generally, what do you think about it? And then finally, let's talk about the naira, because this one concerns all of us. A stronger naira fails to put food on tables, and I tell you, I'm looking at a cartoon on the page of the Vanguard newspaper, and it's one of the funniest things. It shows the president saying, "I promised them I would bring you down with all the arrows in my quiver," and obviously so many arrows on the eagle that has dollar on it, the dollar on it. But then the other eagle called inflation, and food inflation has taken flight with food stuff. He carried food stuff. So while the dollar is down, inflation is still going up and up, and then of course the prices of food stuff keep going up. And so it doesn't really make sense, that, oh, yeah, we're all excited that the naira has appreciated against the dollar in recent weeks, to become the world's best performing currency. But food inflation jumped to a historical high as at last month. What exactly are we not getting here? 0700 993 993 993 0700 993 993 993. You could join the conversation 0201 465 7190. You can also join the conversation if you are listening to us from outside of the country. We're on Skype at Nigeria Info FM on Skype, and then of course we're live facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM 99.3. This is the Big Three, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. Hey, Kobokole!
Kobokolistic Professor Koboko.
Koboko, what happened to you? Which girl kidnapped you that you did not come to talk on the radio?
I fled Nigeria on the 26th of December 4:30. Where I tell you, I saw a police drinking. That is bringing gun anyhow. You say I'm supposed to go and carry my hand to catch police. You say I fled Nigeria. That's why I said.
You have no issues.
I support president in that one. Make him know when the money was 170 and 180, return us back. When dollar was like that. But I cannot clap for him. That's why he say he wants to be president. So you cannot expect me to come up with that Buga or Canada. Let him walk and bring the food back. Another one concerning miscreants. We are shouting about the miscreants in Lagos. I don't know whether we are still having governor in Lagos State. Maybe the time when we say somebody want to go to Jerusalem or want to go Hajj, and want to go Hajj, you will not pay money. Make you bamboozle and extradite and extinct miscreants in Lagos. You go pay for water, pay for light, pay for motor, but still want to come pay for miscreants. Now what thing? Concerning Odua and some people, agitators. If you are agitating with the arms, it's highly condemnable. If you are wearing anti-coca flag going to state this house, it's highly condemnable. I know about that one. But the people have right to agitate for referendum. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, but where one person's right starts, that's stops. That's where another person's right stops. So they can agitate, but they don't have the right to go into a federal or state secretariat and do all those things.
But what of the one that is not wearing arms, that is not go to government house? They still hold for DSS in the Kano. What do the Kano do? Why can't they release him? Is he wearing arms? Did he go to government house? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kabofko, for calling. Igwe Victor is calling us. Hello, Igwe Victor.
Hello, good afternoon, Mary Ann.
Pino is dead.
Your friend is back now. I hope you will continue with it. If you know you can shout, we will talk. I hope you continue with that. Welcome, Professor Zebediah. Mary Ann. It's about the miscreants that have taken over Lagos. The government should keep eyes and make sure the sanity should be. I don't know why. Okay, the other time they said they wanted to use these guys now to enforce staff collections in the market, and everybody was very, very apprehensive of that because of this particular issue we are talking about now. Then on the issue of agitators. In as much as everybody is agitating, I think it's a very delicate issue, like Uncle Jimmy said in the morning. Like you also said now, we have somebody's right stuff is where others start.
Yes.
The truth is, we need to sit down and talk as a people because everybody is aggrieved. Everybody is agitating. When there is no justice, when there is no equity, when there is no fair play, the people will always be doing things like this. My issue is that these people were ill-advised. I don't know who actually advised them. And maybe some people really want to make sure some other...
In conclusion, Igwe, in conclusion,
Auntie Marianne, some people must have orchestrated others to be hooked into an issue that may not concern them. But the truth is, let us allow fairness, equity, and justice to thrive because without justice, there will be anarchy everywhere. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. John is calling us from here in Lagos. Hello, John.
Good afternoon, Mariam.
Good afternoon. How are you, John?
I'm fine.
Great. Go ahead.
Mariam.
Yes.
On the Yoruba Nation agitators, some people say, what has Nnamdi Kanu done? Has he carried arms? When you talk on radio, you have your own Biafra radio, which I, as a person, have listened to. Even at times when I was in Anambra then, after listening to that Biafra radio, for me to step foot outside, to identify myself that I am not from the East, I feel so afraid at that time. You know the kind of fear this Radio Biafra put.
Sorry, we're not talking about Radio Biafra, and your time is almost up, John.
People are saying,
No. You're not calling to comment on another person's comment. We're talking about 3 stories. No, sir.
But I just want to state that what Nnamdi did.
No, John, you wasted your 60 seconds commenting on another person's comment, and that's not what we do here. You call and you comment on the stories that we're discussing. If not, we're just going to be having a cat fight. Please don't call to comment on another person's comment. Deal with the stories that I've placed before you, okay? Thank you. So that you and I can be on the same, in the same headspace. Osas is calling us from Lagos. Hello, Osas.
Hello, Marianne.
Hi, how are you?
Good afternoon.
Good.
You're going to send me 500 naira recharge card.
Only a baby girl like me, I can't give you 1 million. Don't worry about it. Send me account number.
I've been waiting.
Don't worry. I send you 1 million naira airtime. Don't worry.
No. 500. All right, let's go ahead. I'm serious about it. This is Mr. Sars calling from Redemption Camp.
All right.
Right, my take is on the agitation. The said, I'm not in support of one. What do you call it? If you're going to this, I'm against the support of it. A veteran media man. Now you can go get Dick of the Civil. It was a statement in the other part of the country made from this side, southwest. That was what. Now, yes, they should know better. Look. If you are aware,
close it because of the calls.
Okay, now what do you call him? Coco.
Sitting on other people's comments or such a few minutes ago. Rapuruchuku, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Maria.
Good afternoon.
So, I want to talk about naira. So what I have to say there is this naira coming down as we are assuming. To me, it's not. You cannot make the price of things to be, down, because when this administration took over power, so many things are very cheap. But
you are listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
On the Morning Crossfire with me, Kofi Bartels. You have the big names, the most pressing issues, and the sharpest conversations.
We must leave that place of talking into this place of doing.
Nothing that pain through their nose, and you are telling them after training they can't migrate. I will not be part of those who will give soft landing to the guys who are running the affairs of this country.
People are dying every day in an hour. People just go in and come out and read out stories to us. Come on, Kofi.
We must step beyond the talk. We have the analysis.
Join us as we dissect the headlines, bring you exclusive interviews, and dive deep into the heart of the matter. The big conversations live here.
Join Kofi Bartels on the Morning Crossfire, weekdays 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. only on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
There's a reason why over 1 million people tune into Hard Facts every day. We discuss in-depth stories with sources behind the facts.
The Lagos State High Court sitting in Tafawa Balewa Square has
Chicago certificate story is never
Facts,
going
we
away,
start
is
the
it?
show with stories for the day.
You hear diverse voices and opinions.
Her husband was a magician, and she was busy campaigning with her husband, knowing that.
You should not feel happy because there is nothing to happy about.
Yeah, it's quite pathetic the way the country is going.
We distinguish each story accurately with analysis.
It's Hard Facts with Myriad Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Okay, Lagos, welcome back. I just want to put out a caveat. Please, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about 3 big stories today. And when you're calling, please make your thoughts known. Forget about any other person's comment. Please, I beg in the name of God. Don't say, I want to comment on what. No, don't comment on what those people have said. It's their comment. We're not doing color to color. Just call and make your point on the stories. Do we have an understanding? Thank you and God bless. 0201-465-7190. That's 0201-465-7190. You could also join the conversation by joining us via Skype. If you're listening from outside of the country, we're Nigeria Info FM on Skype. Skype is live right now, so go ahead and call us. Or you could join the conversation, facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on YouTube. You can post your live comments on our YouTube portal. The big stories we're looking at today: illegal traffic enforcement. Miscreants have taken over Lagos roads. And I'm asking, why has it taken the Lagos state government so long to be able to take these people off the streets? Well, I mean, these guys have metamorphosed into all kinds of things. And before we know it, it might get out of hand and it might be something that we're unable to handle. Moving away from that, police has paraded over 21 Odua Nation agitators arrested over the invasion of Oyo State Secretariat. And I'm just asking what your thoughts are, because there's so many analysis to it, there's too many sides to it. Some people are saying, well, everyone has the right to an agitation, maybe because Sunday Igboho has been somewhat incarcerated, and then they're thinking that, well, he's not completed the job, let's go and continue. Or it could be also that they've looked at the federal government's body language and governments across the board in handling insecurity, and they've decided to take laws into their hands. Who knows? Finally, let's talk about the naira. Apparently, as strong as the naira is getting, it is failing to put food on tables. The cost of living is continuously skyrocketing. It's the highest of all time. And really, the truth is, where do we go from here? 0201-465-7190. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Yeah, this is Remy.
Remy, go ahead, please.
The issue of miscreants is not going to end anytime soon. They are the third arm of government in Lagos State.
What does that mean?
You saw the last election now. You saw the role they played.
How does that characterize them as a third arm of government? Come on, man.
Even our deputy governor told us when he was interviewed about concerning their behaviors. He said, "There's no, you can't push them anywhere. That we just have to. They are brothers." That's what he said. Last year, when 2 factions had issue, they fought openly with guns. Somolu was the one who, he was the peace broker at Radisson Blue Hotel for the 2 factions of area boys that fought openly with guns. So these are the facts out there. So complaining about their behavior, it's as if we are trying to be hypocritical about it. We see them on a daily basis. We see what they do for the government. So we shouldn't feign ignorance on that. On the issue of inflation, dollar is crashing as they claimed. The cost of custom duty is still high. the cost of what is it called? Fuel is still high. Energy tariff is still high. These are factors. Interest loan is still high. So how do you expect the dollar that is crashing in quotes affect all of this when all these factors are still there? It's a chain. You can't expect because dollar is now 950. Even at what cost for us to have dollar at 950? What are they doing? Are they emptying our reserve to make it that 950 or what?
Okay. All right, Remy, thank you very much for calling. We'll just have to keep those comments straight to the point. Okay, don't forget, 60 seconds is what you have. Hello.
Hello, how are you? Good afternoon.
Fine, thank you. Good afternoon. What's your name, please? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Peter Monse. I'm calling you from Mushin.
Go ahead, Peter.
Please, I want to ask this question. According to United Nations charters and international laws, agitation for self-determination, is it a crime?
It's not a crime, but like I said to the first caller today, you're allowed to agitate, you're allowed to protest, you're allowed to get attention. But when you get into a government facility and begin to vandalize, things in those areas, then of course you have done something criminal and they have a right to apprehend you. I mean, it doesn't even make sense, especially if you're carrying guns and shooting.
Actually, I agree with you. Vandalization of government property, I don't agree with that. And then taking laws into your hand, I don't agree with that. But on your station during COVID time, somebody was saying that, look, you cannot agitate in a government that is already established. I said no. As much as I know, according to United Nations and other international laws, you are.
I don't think that that's an argument, of any sort. Yes, people are allowed to agitate, people are allowed to protest, but then you do it in a peaceful manner. Well, again, it's not the government's position to tell you how to agitate. They were agitating, but they did it wrongly, and then they have to face the consequences. QED.
Okay, I am still waiting. I want this story to keep developing because as long as other nations have had this, and along the line, either they sat down and agreed to separate, and they are still surviving now. USSR today, we have other nations. So I think if that happens, it's not a crime. Let the government sit down with people and talk. This togetherness is not working. This unity is not working. Criminality is so much and corruption.
Thank you, Peter. And I think that you guys are not getting it. Should I speak in another language? You're allowed to agitate, but if you do it stupidly and then you do it in a criminal manner, you will be faced with, the consequences of those actions. No one's saying you cannot agitate. You are allowed to. You're allowed to say, I want to be a nation. You can go about it. You can dialogue about it. You can go through peaceful means to agitate. But the moment you break the law because in the bid to agitate, then of course you know that you will be met with the full weight of the law. And you know how that works in this part of the world. So I don't think it's even a debate. You're allowed to agitate. Peaceful protests, agitations, call for this and that, but you can do it in a peaceful manner. The moment you begin to introduce guns and start vandalization of public property, sir, madam, you have committed a crime. That's it. Anyway, hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, media.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, you have Emmanuel on the line. I'm calling from Epe.
Go ahead.
What happened in Oyo State is prison. And that is why I'm not always soft on Nnamdi Kanu, because you can start something. You can know where it starts, but you might not know where it will end. Opportunities will take it from where you stop it, and then it will escalate. That is the issue about Sunday Igboho. It's not as if it's not good, to agitate for self-determination, but do it within the ambit of the law. And then you can't go into government secretariat and expect that the government will not react, with guns in that manner.
By the way, Igboho has said that he's not behind this. So again, it's not necessarily
I know
him.
He said so, but he is part of the people who started this. That is why I said you can start it, but you won't know where people will take it from you, and you might not know where it will end. As for the issue of the dollar and inflation, I'm very, very happy, that the government is doing something about the dollar. I'm one of the happiest in Nigeria because when the government do something that is commendable, I commend them. However, the character of Nigeria is among what is bringing up the inflation. Yes, the government has hand in it, but also the character of Nigeria, because some people who bought goods, even when naira was cheap, like last 2 years, they were selling it as high price when the naira was high. Now the naira is coming down. Some people are just there to benefit, unnecessarily. So we should do something about our own mindset also. And at the same time, the government also should reduce the price of these duties, import and what have you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. I'm going to pay attention to WhatsApp in a bit. And then, of course, I'll go to Facebook and YouTube. I'm seeing comments on our live YouTube. You too can post your comments if you're watching us live on YouTube or on Facebook. I would love to read from you. The program is Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. We're broadcasting live from our audiovisual studios right here in Itamian Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. And my name is Mary Anacon. Let's go to the messages here. This one says, Marianne, no need to scare us. So those so-called Yoruba Nation agitators have committed a serious crime of treason, felony, and probably attempted coup, punishable by death. What they have done is far from mere agitation. It's not debatable. Thank you. This one says the Yoruba Nation guys have watched too much Hollywood movies. They wanted to experience it. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. Every action has consequences. I totally agree with you on that one. This one says, since almost every region is agitating, isn't it time for us to really sit down and face the elephant in the room? Almost every region has a reason to want to go on its own because there is so much injustice, inequality, tribalism, and the list is endless. KCC from Ojo, thank you. This one says government should subsidize electricity for manufacturers, and the amount used in clearing goods is too high. Tell the government to reduce it, then everybody will follow suit. Leadership is by example. You can't ask people to drop the prices when the customs clearing price is too high. Olushoga, I totally agree with you, and that's something that Rap Ruchuku was also advocating for yesterday. This one here says the Yoruba agitators were lucky it wasn't military that first confronted them that Saturday. Anybody can agitate, but not taking guns against the government. Timothy Inikorodu, I totally agree with you. This one says, all right, thank you very much. This one says, good afternoon, Marianne. This is Dari from Shango Tedo. Regarding the so-called Yoruba agitators, I have this to say. Personally, as a Yoruba man, they are not representing me. They're miscreants who are trying to take advantage of a tense situation in the country to seek recognition. If any of them is caught, the maximum punishment should be meted to him or her to deter others. You and I are in agreement. Henry from Shagamu says, for the thugs and miscreants in Lagos State, as long as the Lagos City boy remains president and Sanwo-Olu remains governor, their menace won't stop, as these miscreants are used to rig elections, and this act is a way of rewarding them. Okay. At the expense of who? This one says, let me see. That's why I'm an advocate of giving children proper upbringing. Those parents have failed to do so. Is those children of theirs that cause chaos and mayhem in society. What is the rationale behind their wrongful agitations? What is propelling them to do so? Is the Yorubas, I'm sure you mean, are the Yorubas marginalized from Nigeria's affairs? We could make a case for the Igbos. Why do they want to? We could make a case for the Igbos. Why do they want just? I'm sure you mean, why do they want to cause unnecessary unrest? And you say they're a bunch of idle minds. Okay. This one says, yes, I am feeling better. Just a few sniffles here and there. Says the present government can't stop the societal miscreants we have around, called area boys, popularly known as Agweros, because this same people were used to use during the election. Sadly, our reality. As for the Yoruba agitators, both of them and whoever sent them acted out of a movie skit, because I certainly don't see how a Your Secretariat capture will give them their desired results. The cost of living is killing the living. Our take-home pay can't take us home. Statistically speaking, price of foodstuff have risen to over 40% today. It's really crazy. Mr. Bully, 100% I agree with you. All right, more messages on WhatsApp, and then I'm going to go to our Facebook Live to read the messages that are coming in. Paul from Surulere says, on Yoruba Nation agitation, if they go about it peacefully, the government will not take them seriously. There's hardly any peaceful agitation for self-determination anywhere in the world. But then, of course, you need to also be smart. Wisdom is profitable. So this one that they did now, how is it going to make government listen to them? I'm sure that there are better ways to go about it without breaking the law, so that you know that you're still on the side of the law. Okay? All right, this one here says the miscreants posing themselves as, I'm sure as traffic officials in Lagos is increasingly embarrassing. These guys are political thugs, thuggery dropouts, and until we as citizens with one voice take this up with the Lagos state government, the menace won't stop. They've become a thorn in the flesh. It's quite unfortunate. Buyer from Ikeda. Ministry of Transportation should leave the long storytelling and get to the field to arrest these boys using towing vans to extort motorists. Also, is the Ministry of Transportation pretending they don't know the offices they used by these boys? Let MOT go to the office of these boys at Sele bus stop. Same office with VIO, FRSC and LASMA. Let people call in and share their experiences with the boys at Sele, known as Munshi local government boys. We're going to talk about it on Community U Report. I want us to talk about it when we get to the second hour. I want us to talk about it. So we'll be sharing our experience with these so-called miscreants that keep asking you for MOT or telling you stories and wanting to fleece you of your hard-earned monies. We'll talk about them. This one says Robert here says the agitation of the Yorubas is not right because they are not marginalized like the Igbos. They have been rotating power with the houses, so what's the qualms? Besides, their brother is in power. What does that mean? Is he not your brother too? Are you from France? This one says concerning Yoruba Nation agitators, those guys know well that their actions are punishable by the law and they should expect nothing less. All right, let me go to YouTube Live to read your comments. Blair Anya here says it would be interesting to see how the federal government handles the Yoruba Nation agitators, especially since there is perceived bias against the Southeast for the same thing. On food prices, we should appreciate explanation from food traders as to why the prices are not coming down, even with the performance of the naira on the FX market. I totally agree with you, Blair. Let me go to Facebook Live here and see if you posted any comments, and then I'll come back to the phone lines because we need to make sure that everyone's carried along. Also on Twitter, make sure you use the hashtag hardfacts. That way I'm able to pick out your comments. Sunday Nwagu here on Facebook Live says, if the fall in dollar's value is not affecting food prices, especially for local stuff, then it simply means there is nothing to celebrate about the fall of the value of the dollar then. Ibilade Ambo says, full chicken is now 12k. My dear, I know, I went to buy chicken last week. There was a time low-income households in Nigeria had the tradition of cooking rice and stew, rice every Sunday. I don't think you will see such thing in homes these days. A bag of rice is almost 100,000. Higher than minimum wage, by the way. We have to put that out there. I hope our leaders know the evil of lingering starvation while they are celebrating the fall of the dollar. Big questions that need answers. Let me go to Twitter quickly and see if I can read one or two messages from you and then go back to the phone lines. In the meantime, I think I want to go back to the phone lines, okay? Keep calling 0201 465 7190 0201 465 7190. Would like to hear from you. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, good evening, Miriam.
Good evening.
Yeah. Thank you. This is Emmanuel from Akute.
Emmanuel, go ahead, please.
Yeah, concerning inflation in this country, we are just being wicked to each other, let me tell you. When the bag of rice was 90,000 plus, the liquor of rice was sold for 1,004. But I tell you, as we speak now, it's now 65,000. And they are still selling 1,413. So that is height of wickedness. We always mention government. But
which one is height of wickedness? If I go to clear rice, the money that I was supposed to clear the rice with initially was 5 million. Then I go now, it's now 23 million. Which one is wickedness? I'm paying customs 23 million. How much am I going to sell that rice to you, sir?
No, it's like
no. Answer me, sir. How much am I finally going to sell that rice? Because instead of the 3 million that I was supposed to pay, I'm paying 23 million. How much am I going to sell the rice to you?
Excuse me.
You are not answering my question now. Help me now.
But it's like you have not got what I said. Let me.
Oh yeah, say it again. I'm listening.
To you again. When the bag of rice was sold for 90,000 in this my area, the delivery goes for 1,004, but it's now 65,000, and they're selling 1,400. That's what I said.
So maybe it's a new bag the woman is selling from now. It's no longer that bag that you was lower. It might be that it's that bag that she bought that is higher, so she still has to make that money from that old bag. Do you understand? Because the price of
okay, now this is new bag now 65,000, and the still goes for 1,004. It's new bag, not old bag.
Okay, so what if the rice she's selling to you is from the old? Is she not going to? Okay, if the price of rice falls today to 65,000, but she bought it for 80,000, is she going to start selling it at 65? Won't she recoup that 80,000 naira that she bought it for, or 80,000 plus that she bought it for? It's mathematics. If I bought a bottle of water for 100, I'm so sorry that I lost you. If I bought a bottle of water for 100 naira, and tomorrow I wake up, the prices drop, I still have a batch of that 100 naira per bottle. If I sell it at a lower price, I'm going to be losing. Do you understand? I'm not necessarily holding brief, but I'm just trying to let you understand how the math works. If not, they're going to be running at a total loss. Except I go to buy a new pack, which is now going to be 65 naira. Then I can sell that pack at 65 naira. Are we making sense? Are we connecting with each other? It's going to be a while for things to get back to normal. Hello?
Hello, Miriam.
Yes, good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good afternoon to you. Emeka is my name from Satellite.
Go ahead, Emeka.
I don't know why we are expecting governments to rein in on their foot soldiers that have invaded Lagos. These guys who are operating at that Sele area, who are levying cab drivers, vehicle drivers, and all that, it's an offshoot of the Aburos. And without getting rid of Aburos from Lagos Road, you can't rein in on one group and allow the other group to stay. These people believe that it's their turn to eat. They are now in power. They have fought. They worked hard during the election. So it's now time for them to be pacified. So anybody, any official or Lagos State government is telling you they're interested in reining on these boys, they're just deceiving Nigerians. If for them to rein on these boys, Aburos must be removed. They must take care of the Aburos because they are not shoot of the Aburos. These are all foot soldiers working for the Lagos State government. So let's not get it twisted. And on the issue of the Yoruba agitators, well, like you rightly said, there are better ways to go about agitation. Self-determination or quest for self-determination is guaranteed under international charter, under universal laws. But the thing is, we must do it the right way. Those guys who went about hosting flags at the secretariat there in Ibadan, for me, I think they've been seeing a lot of action movies and smoking a lot of weed.
Why is everybody saying that? Why is everybody saying that?
Yes, too much action movies. How were they expecting to overrun the security apparatus of the state? How? Without watching too much action movies.
Maybe they had a plan, but somebody foiled it. You never know.
That charm when they time for waste, now be the confidence. The kids don't feel them now. Anyway, I think this is an unfolding story. It's a developing story.
We'll keep our eyes on it.
Find out who is really behind it. There is more than meets the ordinary eye.
Yeah. Thank you, Emeka, for calling. I do appreciate it. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Good afternoon, Miriam.
Good afternoon.
Yes, Lucky Lola from Magboro.
How's Magboro today?
Magboro is calm, Jari. No problem. We are managing.
Thank God.
Week one. I don't want to waste time on this one about miscreants in Lagos. Let me gist you like Oga Ziggy will say. You know that this area boys they collect money from all these beggars, all these crippled people in wheelchair.
Stop it.
Miriam, joke apart. I know what I'm saying. Ask anybody. I know what. Oh God, I don't want to waste time. Ask anybody that lives in Lagos. All the people that
I live in Lagos. Why are you making it sound like I'm on the moon?
My church is in Lagos. I go to Lagos like 4 times a week. All the people that are selling bread, that are selling granola, they give them tickets. All these beggars self. Before you say in a particular spot, let me put it that in hot spot. They go collect money for and they will give you ticket. You know what? I know you are just saying this because you are
you serious?
I'm telling you now. People will call you, they will tell you, have a nice day.
I can't wait to go on the other hour. So you guys tell me your experiences with these agberos. No. Oh, come on, no. Eh? They take money from beggars. That's no. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Fill up for real.
Hey, Ziggy.
Make I gist you. You see this guy where just call you now. That correct gist he give you so.
Hey.
That's in the pure truth.
I cannot believe it. I never expected it.
Better you believe it. Now correct gist be that oh. That the gist where they grant be that for now. These beggars, one spot for one place, beg. You must connect. You must give these people something for you to spot and beg. That's in the truth. Don't lie there. You understand me? So, make a gist you on this inflation. Do you know that custom duty now, for you to clear one 40-feet container, do you know it's about 17 million now?
Hey.
Do you know?
I don't know.
Do you know that for you to move your articulated vehicle from work to your warehouse now, here in Lagos now, is going about 800 and something thousand. And you have to pay a lot of agbero. Do you know about that? Do you know that, make I gist you within the happen for this electricity something. Do you know that people right now are running their companies and businesses on generator? So how do you expect things to come down just like that? And these people are telling us they are working so hard on dollar. Are you sure that they are working something they met at 176 naira? Under them is 1,000 something. And they are telling me that they are working something on it. These guys are just, practicalizing propaganda. They are not into governance for real. That's just the truth.
All right.
I just gist you. I go gist you at the other hour.
Yes. Thank you. All right. Well, I want to take some calls via Skype. So if you are listening to us from outside of the country, join us right now via Skype. We're Nigeria Info FM on Skype. Okay. I want to quickly give some Skype calls attention, and then when we come back, I'll read some more messages. This one says, Dr. Mustafa Abubakar from Iyano Shashi. If we have companies to keep these idlers, the Agberos, busy, they will feel enabled with the duties carried out. Okay. So we should give them work, Abby. This one says, I'm Caesar. You have a very funny way of calling, what did you say? Of calling...
On the Morning Crossfire with me, Kofi Bartels. You have the big names, the most pressing issues, and the sharpest conversations.
We must leave that place of talking into this place of doing.
Nothing that's paying through their nose, and you are telling them after training they can't migrate. I will not be part of those who will give soft landing to these guys who are running the affairs of this country.
People are dying every day. In an hour, people just go in and come out and read out stories to us. Come on, Kofi.
We must step beyond the talk. We have the analysis.
Join us as we dissect the headlines, bring you exclusive interviews, and dive deep into the heart of the matter. The big conversations live here.
Join Kofi Bartels on the Morning Crossfire, weekdays 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. only on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
Your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
This is the Big Three.
The Big Three on Hard Facts.
Nigeria Info.
All right, let's take this Skype call from OC. Hello, OC.
Hello?
Yes, OC, where are you calling us from?
Oh, okay. Good morning. I'm coming from Canada.
All right. Just waking up. Good morning.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Okay, so two things. I just want to say, it's not it's not time for us to say kudos to the government because the naira is appreciating. No, like if I fell from Step 1. So like use this analogy of cold, right? Freezing is 0 degrees, right? And then it's like -1 is below. So if I fell from 0 degrees to 18 degrees, and then to minus 18 degrees, and then I rise to like -12 degrees, have I made progress? No, because I'm still cold.
You're still cold.
Exactly. So we fell from somewhere around $300 and something to over $8,000, over 8,000 naira. And then now we're at $800, and the 800 naira. And it's like, okay, now it's like we're doing good. No, we're not. And then of course we don't expect the economy to, just immediately bounce back. And like you rightly said, if I buy something for 1 naira today, and then the market price right now is like 2 naira, and then I, probably sell it for 2 naira, have I made profit? No, because hey, when I sell these things, I also need to replenish. And when I go back to the market again, how I want to buy within the market. So obviously I need to mark up to make at least little profit. I've not made profit. In your eyes, yes, I bought it for 1 naira, I'm selling for 2 naira, so I've probably made 1 naira profit. No, but I also need extra money, because if I want to go buy to replenish, it doesn't always work that way. You get what I mean? So I know we're consumers, so we want to think like, okay, maybe the break and come down. No, but also consider the person in business. So they are not out there to, it's not a charitable organization. They're there to make profit. And then you always put your profit first before your feelings.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I think my time is up. I'll just
thank you, OC, for calling. We appreciate it. Have a good morning.
Thank you.
All right. Let's take this message. So someone is trying to tell me that I don't pronounce it me and well. These people have come again. These people are in the same WhatsApp group with my dad. Are you okay now? Can you sleep better today? Okay, Caesar. Goodbye. This one says, so the government can't just provide us with simple basic amenities, even food. Now we can't even feed well. This country is a scam. This one says, I don't understand this country again. The dollar is falling, but prices are still rising. Now, wow, Tunji from Badagry. This one says, Lucky Lola is struggling to say. I'm sure you're saying he's saying the truth. Okay. Well, so many people have sent me messages saying that Lucky Lola is telling the truth about the fact that they even these miscreants take monies, some sort of payments from beggars. Hey, Lagos is really rising, Abby. I've got 37 seconds, so I've got to go. This one says, let's call a spade a spade. Our retailers are deliberately manipulating these prices when they instantly increase prices. Even the old stock, the excuse is they still need money to buy the expensive rice. Well, a retailer is not clearing any good, but they buy from people who have already cleared. Okay, well, he says, well, our own wickedness. Thank you very much. I've got to go. On the other side of the clock, we're going to be doing Community U Report. I want to hear about collecting money from beggars. Stay with us.
The best of talk on the station for talk.
Nobody should just give up their life like a chicken. Will the police have the ability to resurrect me when I am dead?
The problem is
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at 9.